welcome, and please remain standing because our NPA Honor Band is going to begin with the national anthem, and then you may be seated, and they'll have a second selection before we start our ceremony. Welcome, and have a great time this afternoon. NPA Honor Band. Good afternoon. I am David Likens, and I have the honor, as well as the privilege, to serve as the Superintendent of Northland Preparatory Academy. Prior to myself beginning a short welcome address, I've asked two members of the MPA graduating class of 2022 to assist me in the opening of my welcome address. So if I could have Alva Medina Martin and Neve Avery Takalai, please join me at the podium. These graduates will assist me in executing the first portion of tonight's welcome address in the languages of English, Spanish, and Dene. I'll begin with the English. I'm excited to welcome the parents, the family members, the friends and loved ones to our 2022 graduates to the afternoon ceremony here at Audrey Auditorium. I am equally as excited to welcome the Northland Preparatory Academy's amazing faculty and staff seated in the front row to this afternoon's ceremony as well. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to welcome and recognize the Northland Preparatory Academy's graduating class of 2022. Welcome all.
Hola, mi nombre es Alba y estoy emocionada de dar la bienvenida a padres, familiares, amigos y seres queridos de nuestros graduados de 2022 en la celebración de esta tarde en el auditorio Audrey. Estoy igual de emocionada de dar la bienvenida a la Facultad de Profesores de Northland Preparatory Academy en esta ceremonia. Finalmente, y lo más importante, quiero dar la bienvenida y reconocer a la clase graduada de 2022 de Northland Preparatory Academy. Bienvenidos.
Yat she ein of takalai inishe, tut soni nishle, tutich eatni a bashes chin, a she a dashache, ditha ani a dashanale, kinfane de nasha, akot ego a sanagi nishle. Yat ama do aja do bith hadashi je do nihik is danos ini, quite alnine a do bik ije Audrey Auditorium ge 2022. Yiha bigi nihinas, nedalnis kap biniye, niha hisokaigi, ta iasi ban nihis dahojo. Northland Preparatory bahne dals nishigi alto yego niha ache danidzin niha hisokaigi hala ayo at ego nidals nishla. Ake de yisi ba hajoni Northland Preparatory Academy 2022. Bigit nida nilkaigi ta anolso akehe.
Thank you, Alva and Neve. Graduation day is a time to reflect on the past, appreciate the present, but most importantly, anticipate the future. I want everyone here, out in the audience and on the stage, to take a moment and look around. Take a view of your neighbor sitting to your next, to your left, or to your right. And for the graduates on the stage, take a moment as well to look around on the stage and reflect on your journey. One that's taken 13 years to get here. It's been a great journey, but graduates, also take a moment and soak it in. Enjoy this moment. After all, this is your day. All of us are here to celebrate and recognize you and your classmates' accomplishments as part of the 2022 graduating class. As you reflect, I wanted to inform at MPA we concentrate our delivery for our graduates and all of our students surrounding three pillars. Those are the pillar of academics, the arts, and athletics. Those combined efforts and resources are always planned and implemented to create a rigorous college preparation curriculum to prepare our students academically for their future. The MPA faculty and staff will continue to balance and deliver with focused planning and collaboration a solid, thriving, and vibrant arts program. Additionally, we will continue to deliver the importance of fair play, life lessons, and sacrifice that come from being competitive in athletic programs for all of our students. Although we have those three pillars, they would not be stable in their foundation if it wasn't for three very vital, very key, and very essential ingredients. The first ingredient in that recipe is you, the parents. The love and support, the guidance and sacrifice that you've displayed for your student over these 13 years has been tantamount in their graduate success. Graduates and attendees here this afternoon, please help me in recognizing all of the parents that are here today with a warm round of applause for a job well done. And parents, I truly can say, without you, none of us would be here today. The second vital ingredient in the MPA recipe for success is the incredible faculty and staff that serve your children every day. They individually are highly qualified and very professional, but collectively, as a faculty, they are extremely caring, amazing, and in my opinion, second to none. So graduates, parents, and attendees here this afternoon, please help me acknowledge the faculty's contributions, not just to MPA, but to the graduating class of 2022. But the final and key ingredient in this recipe for success is our students who attend MPA daily. The seniors on this stage are not only excellent students, amazing artists, creative performers, and competitive and successful athletes, but they are also leaders, role models, community-minded young adults who are prepared to close, community-minded young adults who are prepared to close this chapter in their life today, but they are excited and prepared as a class to walk boldly into the next. They are prepared because as a class they have completed all of the graduation requirements while simultaneously aligning their journey to their next challenge of college and post-secondary success. They've accomplished these goals as they navigated a global pandemic, all the while demonstrating passion, confidence, and perseverance. Over 95% of the graduates on this stage this afternoon will be attending college in the fall of 2022. With other members of the class attending college the following years after serving on missions and other pursuits. The 63 individuals are here this afternoon on this stage, and they comprise our most valuable ingredient. And those ingredients are going to be scattered across many kitchens and universities moving forward, not just here on the campus at NAU or locally at Coconino Community College, but to Grand Canyon University, Arizona State University, U of A, to the University of British Columbia and all four corners of our United States, from Syracuse in upstate New York to Gonzaga in the Northwest, to Pepperdine, to Northwestern. Our graduates on this stage will be attending all of those universities. So the one thing I want to say in closing is they are prepared to ignite the future. And on behalf of the governing board of NPA, the school administration, and our NPA faculty, please help me welcome and please help me recognize one more time the 2022 graduating class of Northland Preparatory Academy. And thank you, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Principal Mr. Jay Litwicki.
Thank you, Mr. Likens. I have to say that I'm honored to be on the stage this afternoon with such a remarkable assemblage of promising young scholars. Traditionally, at graduation ceremonies, speakers address the academic, artistic, and athletic achievements of the graduating class. They offer words of advice and maybe some college hacks. I guess I'll have a bit of that tucked into my comments, but I'd like to begin by casting a backward glance, if I may. I think it's safe to say that the average age of the graduates is 18, making you officially young adults. As graduates, you're likely to have been in school for 13 years, the vast majority of your life. You probably started kindergarten in 2008, and you were probably born in 2004, give or take a year. That makes you 1 year older than YouTube. Okay? And YouTube's been around forever, hasn't it? You are 3 years older than the first iPhone or the first streaming Netflix video. You're 12 years older than TikTok. Man, you're old. And I'd like you to consider what you've done with your time, with those 13 years in school. Remember back to that cute little cherub who wandered into kindergarten? Look what you've grown into. Look at everything you've learned. For one thing, you've learned to read and write the English language. English is a notoriously difficult language with complex grammar and voluminous vocabulary. It might seem like something you've always known how to do, but reading and writing is a symbolic language, and you learned that. And speaking of symbolic language, you also learned mathematics, the language of science. Math has its own notation system and internal logic. It's completely unique and complex symbolic language. So you've learned 2 languages in 13 years. Many of you learned how to read and write music with its bars, notes, its rests, chord building, sharps, flats, and harmonics. A 3rd symbolic language. I know that there are also coders on the risers here who speak computer languages. During your time in school, you learned about nature and the cosmos, cellular structure and the structure of the universe. You studied the rise and the fall of cities, states, and empires. You searched for the voices of those who were silenced, and you took your first steps in holding those in power accountable. On top of that, you learned how to dribble with your hands and your feet, how to set and spike, how to defend a goal, swing a club, bike a mountain, throw a softball or a discus, ace a serve and break a point, how to race in the pool and on the track, to run cross country and relays, and how to run and how to steal bases. I saw seniors leaving NPA carrying guitar cases and violin cases. Others left with clarinets and saxophones. You graced us with your concerts, recitals, and plays. You filled our lobby with the sound of your strings and with the beauty of your artwork. You expressed yourself in music and dance, in sketches, pen and ink, paints, and ceramics. And I remind you of all of this because when people encourage you to be lifelong learners, I want you to remember everything you've learned so far. Almost all of it you have learned in the last 13 years, which is why I have a challenge for you. I know you're up to it. I challenge every one of you up here with me today to learn as much in the next 13 years as you learned in the last 13, and then again in the 13 years after that. Never stop, never let them stop you. I was told once that there's a Churchill quote for every occasion, and although it was under vastly different circumstances, I still find this quote applicable. This is not the beginning of the end. This is the end of the beginning. It's a new day tomorrow, a new adventure. I know you're up to it, and I look forward to seeing what you do. Thank you. And now, I have the distinct honor of turning the microphone over to MBA's valedictorian, Miss Joy Kim.
One second. Okay, there we go. Hello, all. Thank you for joining us today to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2022. It is such an honor to be up here, but first of all, I'd like to thank God for putting these amazing people, teachers, staff, and classmates in my life. I would not be where I am today without him. Thank you to the teachers and administration who treated me more like family than a student and who pushed me to be the person that I am today. To my parents and sisters for your constant support, and to my friends who believed in me more than I ever could have believed in myself. Before I start, I would like to take a moment to raise up a prayer for the children and the families who have suffered recently at the Robb Elementary School shooting. It is absolutely heartbreaking to me that these 19 young students will never have the chance to be up here on a stage in front of their peers and graduate like we get to today. And I pray that something is done about this because I am sick and tired and devastated that these kind of horrors keep on happening. So before I begin, please join me in a quick moment of silence for these beautiful victims and their families. Thank you. When I first sat down to write this speech, I thought that I wanted it to be really funny, talking about all of our car crashes and our inside jokes that we have as a senior class. But everyone talks about how great high school is, and it is, but that's not the whole picture. In reality, for most of us, high school is really hard, and if we pretend that it wasn't, that undermines our entire experience, because it is a struggle that shapes us to who we are today. Our struggles makes us question, they make us vulnerable, and in only that state can we truly grow. So I wrote this speech to be relatable, raw, and real, inspired by a quote from C.S. Lewis, which is, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we may leave behind." Sometimes you fall down, your face to the floor, lost and defeated, you can't take much more. You're down on your knees looking up at the sky, tears streaming down, asking God why. Am I enough? Should I even try? It's hard to keep moving, to pick yourself up when you feel the whole world's telling you to give up. They say you aren't pretty, they say you aren't kind, and that's the kind of stuff that tears you up on the inside. You try to fit in, you try to be cool. You think that you've made it, found people you like, then you're left all alone, staring into the night. There were times that you struggled to get up the next day, to keep on fighting, to finding a reason to stay. People say that they love you, they say that they care, but you won't let them in. You could not dare. Some days were good, but others were bad. The days you were left all alone in your head. You feel so helpless, so overwhelmed, like you're drowning, but nobody hears a sound. There's a heavy weight bearing down on your chest. You're gasping for air, trying to catch just one breath. You're stumbling blindly, trying to hold on to something, anything, anyone. You can't see through your tears. You can't breathe through your pain. 1,000 things flying around in your brain. You're losing your friends and your sleep and your time. You're losing yourself, and you don't know why. The waves keep on crashing. You're tired and you're weak. You want it to end. You feel so bleak. But don't you give up. Don't you lose hope. Promise me that you won't let go, because life isn't easy. And it's not always fun, but it is a beautiful gift for everyone. So get up on your feet, crawl if you must. Keep moving forward and don't look back, for there are much greater things in store for you. You are bigger than the pain you are going through. The people you meet, the laughs that you share, you can't just buy that anywhere. You're here for a reason, and it's not just by chance. You have a purpose, a reason to live. You will touch hearts. You will change lives. You will make someone feel so alive. No, we're not there yet, and there's still a long ways to go. But stop and be proud. Take a second and pause and think, really think of just how far that you've come. The horrors you faced, the battles you've won. No, I don't know your story, and I don't know your tears, but I know you have scars, and I know you have fears. But despite all the odds, the challenges faced, you made it through and are standing right here, in caps and gowns, in smiles and tears. It's truly amazing, a huge accomplishment right there. So thanks for the memories and all of the fun, but most important, I cannot be prouder of who you've become. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, so please give it up for Mr. Shannon.
Thank you, Joy. Hello all, and thank you for attending Northland Preparatory Academy's Class of 2022 Commencement. Let's give them a round of applause. My name is Rylan Shannon, and not only have I had the privilege to teach these students on the rare occasion twice, first as a student teacher in their 10th grade English class, and then again as their 11th grade English teacher, but not too long ago, as the majority of this group was ending their first year at MPA in the 6th grade, I was sitting on this very stage myself, May 26, 2016, graduating from Northland Prep. To be frank, when I sat there in Ardrey Auditorium for graduation, I would have never guessed that 6 years later, I would be at this graduation ceremony again, especially as the commencement speaker. Life is unique that way. When I was first notified to give this speech, I was ecstatic. This group of young scholars had nominated me to send them off into the world with my 2 cents of wisdom. But once the initial allure of writing the speech wore off, I froze and thought to myself, crap. I have to write a speech and read it in front of hundreds of people, let alone my bosses? That's when I frantically began to scour the internet, talk with previous commencement speakers, and after countless hours of endless thought cycles, I've decided to break it down into a brief list of advice. Number 1, leave your hometown, even if it's just for a summer. Number 2, practice resilience. And number 3, surround yourself with those who inspire you. I've lived in Flagstaff my entire life. This situation brought negative and positive circumstances. Whether it's the stability that I had in my childhood, growing up in the same house my whole life, keeping in touch with childhood friends, or running into the students behind me in public while they all laugh and giggle, forgetting that teachers have lives outside of school as well. I love this town, but I've always wanted to leave, even for just a year, to take some time to explore elsewhere. In high school, I was destined for the Sonoran Desert by attending the University of Arizona, but that was before I knew the expenses that came with college. I decided to live with my parents and attend NAU. It was cheaper. There would always be a home-cooked meal, and I didn't have to worry about communal showers. Secondly, I was able to save money for trips. My sophomore year in college, my friend Skylar and I traveled throughout Cambodia and its neighboring countries extensively. Given my luck, a week before I left, I was diagnosed with a stress fracture in my 5th metatarsal and wore a medical boot throughout my trip. But geez, medical boot aside, was I ill prepared for the culture shock that I encountered. As someone who is 6 feet and 5 inches, in America, my height is in the 96th percentile, whereas in Cambodia, the average man's height is 5 feet 4 inches. I'm no mathematician, but I believe I'm close to the 100th percentile in Cambodia. Not only was I a lanky head bobbing above a sea of people that stuck out like a sore thumb, I was also lugging an extra large medical boot around my leg. When we walked out of the airport, there was a wall of Khmer people waiting for their loved ones to return home. When they saw me, there was an audible gasp. As we waited for our shuttle, parents would push their children up against me to take photos highlighting the height difference. I would often smile, shake my head, but when I had time to talk with the local merchants or tour guides as we scaled the temples of Angkor Wat, I was inspired by how rich their culture was. The Khmer people were so gracious, even if they were parked tuk-tuk drivers craning their necks in my direction, hollering in their best English, "Hey, big boot boy, where do you want to go?" When you travel, you meet an array of people as well as learn about cultures or events that school never taught you. I learned about their culture through their historical landmarks, ranging from temples to the gut-wrenching sights of the Khmer Rouge. You learn about yourself as well during these excursions, whether it's how you handle 90% humidity in 80-degree weather, or that you have undiagnosed irritable bowel syndrome after eating countless orders of octopus sashimi in Japan. Now, culture shock is often connected through travels to a foreign country, but you all are gearing towards a new lens on life after today. Life after high school, you'll be faced with new experiences, paying bills, grocery shopping, or doing your own laundry. Most of you have attended this school since the 6th grade. It's been 7 years since you've started at a new school or had to adapt to a new environment. While some of you have not physically grown since the 6th grade, or others have grown an extra 1.5 feet in height, you all have grown as individuals. Many of you have stated your fears for not making it after high school. Life beyond your childhood sounds daunting, but that is when the real adventure begins. Whether you're traveling to Scotland this summer or staying in Flagstaff, you're all going to have new experiences. And let's be honest, you're used to new experiences. And whether you're enduring a global pandemic to being the guinea pigs of online education. So take these new experiences, much like how you handled these last few years in my class. If you dislike your roommate like you did American literature, just ignore them and stream Criminal Minds on Netflix. All of these trials make you better understand yourself and your fellow humankind through your practice of resilience and the high-stress situations that come with culture shock. Now let's define resilience. It's the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties. I wish I had known that definition when I was growing up, because I, much like this class of graduates behind me, have been practicing resilience our entire lives. Looking back on my life, I've overcome many challenges, whether it's been correcting my childhood rhotic speech impediment, especially when my family's names are Rylan, Ramsey, and Randy, to working a variety of odd jobs to pay for school. But one of the hardest challenges a majority of us had to overcome have been these last few years. In the beginning of 2020, I was finally going to graduate from my hometown university. I was learning how to manage a classroom, interact with students, work on my editing and feedback skills, but most of all, I was preparing to work abroad after graduation, and I was eager and craving new adventures. While these students were learning how to drive, beginning to join the workforce, whether in fast food or cleaning hotel rooms, preparing for the real world as well, their call to adventure was beckoning. In February of 2020, I was accepted to teach English abroad in Ukraine through the Peace Corps. I was ecstatic. I had been prodded by countless needles, evaluated by a psychiatrist, physician, and my dentist, who noted my paperwork was more demanding than the military's. Lastly, I was hoping to inspire this group of students that if you sought after your goals, they can become achievable with any amount of effort put into it. I even had a corner in Miss Pratt's classroom where we would learn a Ukrainian word of the day. Whether it was shokolu or kartoplaya, both respective definitions meaning school and potato. That all changed drastically when in the news we began to hear about a virus. I remember vividly, Miss Pratt talked with me right before dismissing for spring break that U of A and ASU are shutting down for an extra week. But it sounds like we're not going to. Rest up and come ready after break to wrap up student teaching. We all know how that went. Much like the rest of the world, I was bound to my hometown again, not being able to leave. But I thought to myself, as I held my diploma in hand during my virtual graduation, after I shaved my head 2 weeks into quarantine, that I was stuck in Flagstaff for life. Instead of being brought down, I thought of my time in Japan's Shinjuku City when I visited the Samurai Museum. I found an interesting section on the Edo period that included a poem by samurai and poet Mizuta Masahide. The haiku they wrote emphasized the resilience the world was practicing. Come on. Did you all really think your English teacher wouldn't read a poem at your commencement? Since my house burned down, I now have a better view of the rising moon. Reflective in Masahide's words, I pictured the students and their ambitious motives. When the earth stood still, they were not going to sulk and wallow on the fact that the opportunities of life were placed on hold. I saw them pick themselves up by their bootstraps and become focused on how to create a better situation for themselves in the moment. Students rallied together to create COVID care packages to send to one another. They supported each other through clubs and sports, or they realized what mattered in their lives and focused on the importance of that, whether it was artistic expression, personal hobbies, or just hanging out with their friends. When I began teaching in 2020, I was terrified to begin my career in a world of uncertainty, but I felt at ease because I was surrounded by those who inspired me. As a teacher, I can't choose my students, but rest assured that I was surrounded by those who inspired me. I would not have it any other way. These students have inspired me both in and out of the classroom. Yes, English may be boring at times, especially if you're online while your gaming console, TikTok, or other more intriguing distractions await. But for those of you who kept your cameras on, asked questions, or even just showed up, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you more than you can never understand. For those of you who wanted to have their voices heard and worked with our athletics department to announce our senior night basketball games, you inspire me. For those of you who created a warm and welcoming environment for those in need through the multiple clubs created when we returned in the spring of 2021, you inspire me. For those of you who worked outside of the classroom, whether it's managing coffee shops or advocating for equal pay in your fry cook jobs, you inspire me. For those of you who stayed behind after class during our year online to participate in the Mr. Shannon fan club, thank you for allowing me to feel like I can make a difference in your lives. You inspire me. To those of you who would stay after class to discuss techniques or practices in the classroom to better shape my teachings to your education, you inspire me. To those of you who have not shied away from visiting my classroom this year, whether you're walking in to record a daily DAP-up video or just wanting to tell me what college you're attending in the fall, thank you for keeping in touch. You inspire me. For those of you who made me create a clause in my syllabus this year because of your interest in extreme office chair ramp riding, you didn't inspire me, but you made me grow as a teacher with better classroom management. For those of you who were able to call me coach, thank you for an amazing season this year. Those of you who created microorganisms in a milk bottle at the beginning of freshman year, please hold on to those memories because those are the ones that you'll carry with you far after today. And lastly, I appreciate all of the nicknames you have given me, and it doesn't matter if you called me Shannon, Coach, Mr. Squannon, Big Boot Boy, or Shannon the Cannon. Please remember my advice. 1, leave your hometown, even if it is just for a summer. 2, practice resilience. And 3, surround yourself with those who inspire you. I congratulate you all for making it to where you are today. It does not matter if you're going to college, staying at home, or uncertain what the future holds after this time. Just remember, even if you have a broken foot, get on that plane. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Shannon. Or I could call you a plethora of other things, but I'll stick with Mr. Shannon. And so it brings us to the point in tonight's, this afternoon's ceremony where we'll be doing the senior multimedia presentation. So it will start on the screen, and we'll be following that up with the awarding of diplomas. So enjoy.
Got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a love and I know that it's all mine. Oh, whoa. rivers flow, and I call it home. And
well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 and love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 loved.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. It ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on, 'cause there's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle, and sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb.
Falling too fast to prepare for this. Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as vultures. Negative, nepotist. Everybody waiting for the fall of man. Everybody praying for the end of times. Everybody hoping they could be the one. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes.
on to the visual. I wanna be invisible. Looking at my years like I'm out of dumb. Everybody needs to be a part of them. Never be enough, I'm the prodigal son. I was born to run, I was born for this. Whip, whip, run me like a racehorse. Pull me like a ripcord. Break me down and build me up. I wanna be the slip, slip. Word upon your lip, lip. Rather that you rip, rip. Break me down and build me up. Whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do whatever it takes. 'Cause I love how it feels when I break the chains. Whatever it takes. Yeah, take me to the top. I'm ready for whatever it takes. 'Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins. I do what it takes, but critical, egotistical. Don't wanna be the parenthetical, hypothetical. Working on to something that I'm proud of. Out of the box, an epoxy to the world and the vision we've lost. I'm an apostrophe. I'm just a symbol to remind you that there's more to see. I'm just a product of the system of catastrophe, and yet a masterpiece, and yet I'm half diseased. And when I am deceased, at least I go down to the grave and die happily, and leave the body of my soul to be a part of it.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.
All right. And now, the moment of truth. We have the awarding of the diplomas. Maggie Ozza is the child of Robert and Stacy Ozza. Maggie will go to Arizona State University to study justice, law, and law. Maggie Jo Ozza. William Beckstead is the child of Ben and Carrie Beckstead. William will attend Northern Arizona University to study biology. William Beckstead. Astrid Bell is the child of Deborah and Todd Bell. Astrid will attend the University of Arizona to study molecular and cellular biology. Astrid Astrid Nancy Bell. Dan Berger, the child of Robert and Alice Berger. Dan will attend Gonzaga University to study mechanical engineer. Robert Daniel Berger. Jordan Blair, the child of Michael and Carrie Blair. Jordan will attend Grand Canyon University to study behavioral health science with an emphasis in childhood and adolescent disorders. Jordan Blair. Madeline Brown, the child of Stephen and Julie Brown. Madeline will attend Arizona State University to study elementary education. Madeline Brown. Caden Cardiff, the child of Rich and Lindsay Cardiff. Caden will serve a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Caden Cardiff. Sol Clifford, the child of Samantha and Warren Clifford. Sol will attend Arizona State University to study mechanical engineering. Sol Clifford. Marin Coate, the child of Heather Rice and Abram Coate. Marin will attend the University of Arizona to study political science. Marin Quinn Coate. Tristan Cutter Nokomis, the child of Ben Cutter and Eliza Nokomis. Tristan will enter the workforce after high school. Tristan Matthias Cutter Nokomis of the McFarrell clan. Nathaniel Donosky, the child of Jay and Suzette Donosky. Nathaniel will attend Colorado State University to study criminology. Nathaniel Donosky. Ella Downard, the child of Jeff and Christine Downard. Ella will attend Arizona State University to study construction management. Ella Grace Downard. Caitlin Elliott is the child of Vicki and Drew Elliott. Caitlin will attend Northern Arizona University to study criminology. Caitlin Catherine Elliott. Alexander Free, the child of Cameron and Janine Free. Alex will attend Barrett Honors College, Arizona State University to study political science, sports journalism. Alexander Cameron Free.
Real fast, I know.
You're done. All right. Audrey Gillenwater is the child of Todd and Nancy Gillenwater. Audrey will attend University of British Columbia to study Faculty of Sciences. Audrey Gillenwater. Hannah Gillenwater, the child of Todd and Nancy Gillenwater. Hannah will attend Syracuse University in New York to study business with a focus on entrepreneurship. Hannah J. Gillenwater. Zion Gleeman, the child of Jonathan and Renee Gleeman. Zion will attend Northern Arizona University to study criminology. Zion Agary Gleeman. Joy Gupton, the child of Adrian and Sean Gupton. Joy will attend Northern Arizona University to study business. Joy Gupton. Ashley Hamilton, the child of Colin Hamilton and Renee Keenan. Ashley will attend Northern Arizona University to study interior design. Ashley Hamilton. Malachi Hansen, the child of Brent and Pamela Hansen. Malachi will attend Fort Lewis College to study kinesiology. Malachi Arthur Hansen. We didn't practice that one. Amelia Hayes, the child of Terry and Kevin Hayes. Amelia will attend Northern Arizona University to study hotel restaurant management. Amelia Hayes. Amelia Hill, the child of Marcella Hill and John Seifert. Amelia will attend University of Arizona to study pre-med with a minor in French. Amelia Hill. Katie Howington. The child of Jody Gilson and James Howington. Katie will attend Arizona State University, study marketing. Katie Morgan Howington. Allie Hubbard. The child of Christy and Warren Hubbard. Allie will attend California State Polytechnic University, Pomona, to study business management with a minor in equine science. Allie Nicole Hubbard. Krista Jandro. The child of Beth and Justin Jandro. Krista will attend Arizona State University to study business. Krista LaRae Jandro. Riley Keller is the child of Robert and Andrea Keller. Riley will work for Ballet Met Dance Company in Columbus, Ohio, and train in their pre-professional program. Riley Shea Keller. Joy Kim. The child of Joanne and Peter Kim. Joy is the valedictorian for the graduating class of 2022. Will attend Pepperdine University to study education and psychology. Joy Kim. Rimshaw Malik. The child of Farouk and Marine Malik. Rimshaw will attend the University of Texas at Austin to study biology. Rimshaw Malik. Jack Martin. The child of Saratina and Jay Martin. Jack will attend University of Arizona to study architecture. Jack Lowell Martin. Alba Medina Martin. The child of Nani Martin and Jesus Medina. Alba will attend university to study sports science. Alba Medina Martin. Angelina Martin. The child of Ralph and Justine Martin. Angelina will attend Abertay University to study psychology. Angelina Rose Martin. James McLean. The child of Debbie and Tom Alvin. James will attend University of Advancing Technologies to study computer science. James Morgan McLean. Haley Nixon. The child of Natalie Nixon and David Nixon. Haley will attend the University of Arizona to study business. Haley Veronica Nixon. Amelia O'Hagan. The child of Michael and Jennifer O'Hagan. Amelia will attend Grand Canyon University to study theater. Amelia O'Hagan. Caden Openshaw. The child of Sean and Kelly Openshaw. Caden will attend Arizona State University to study business finance. Caden Openshaw. Constantina Pappas. The child of Petula and Angelo Pappas. Dina will attend Northern Arizona University to study nursing. Constantina Pappas. Samuel Prusaki. The child of Mark and Stacy Prusaki. Sam will attend Northern Arizona University to study nursing. Samuel Mark Prusaki. Riley Reed. Child of Amy and Sean Reed. Riley will attend the Honors College at the University of Arizona to study physiology and Spanish. Riley Ann Reed. Maya Reyes. The child of Martina and Hagan Reyes. Maya will attend Arizona State University to study medicine. Maya Verenice Reyes. Tirza Rodriguez. The child of Mike Rodriguez and Pamela Wells. Tirza will attend Arizona State University to study nursing. Tirza Joy Rodriguez. Ty Rorba. The child of Joel and Sheshi Rorba. Ty will attend Northern Arizona University to study biomedical sciences. Ty Rorba. Evelyn Rushall. The child of Jeff and Amy Rushall. Evelyn will attend Northwestern University to study violin performance. Evelyn Rushall. Bailey Schwartz is the child of Jeff and Lori Schwartz. Bailey will attend the University of Arizona to study studio art. Bailey Schwartz. Alden Smith, the child of Amy and Zachary Smith. Alden will attend Northern Arizona University to study computer science. Alden Smith. Genevieve Smith, the child of Amy and Zachary Smith. Genevieve will attend University of Missouri to study journalism. Genevieve Smith. Micah Youngmei Song is the child of Dr. Miran Song and Peter Holloway. Micah will attend Trinity College to study biology. Micah Youngmei Song. You're all good. Sarah Stevens, the child of Carol and Kevin Stevens. Sarah will attend the University of Utah to study film and media. Sarah Stevens. Jordan Strohmeyer, child of Scott and Brenda Strohmeyer. Jordan will attend Northern Arizona University to study audio engineering and musical theory. Jordan Strohmeyer. Neve Takalai, the child of Tanya and Kendall Charlie. Neve will attend the Michigan State University to study psychology and American Indian Studies. Neve Avery Takalai. Jacob Taylor, the child of Mike and Laura Taylor. Jacob is a salutatorian for the class of 2022. He will attend the University of Arizona to study political science and international relations. Jacob Taylor. Stephen Toth, child of Margaret Bonner and Joe Toth. Stephen will attend Northern Arizona University to study forestry. Stephen Toth. Eleanor Troutman, the child of Beverly Troutman and Michael Troutman. Eleanor will attend the University of Arizona to study physical therapy. Eleanor Scott Troutman. Bryce Twidwell, the child of Christine and Mark Twidwell. Bryce will attend Arizona State University to study mechanical engineering. Bryce Kelly Twidwell. Maximilian Waits, child of Jesse Waits and Kristen Scott. Max will enter the workforce after high school. Maximilian Waits. Zion West, the child of Janine Saliago. Zion will attend Coconino Community College to study video game design. Zion Elias West. Bertley White, the child of Sherry White. Bertley will attend Quinnipiac University to study nursing. Bertley Catalina White. Isabella Whitehair Hook, the child of Jennifer Whitehair and Mike Cook. Isabella will attend the University of Colorado at Boulder to study nursing. Isabella Grace Whitehair Hook. Joella Whiting, the child of Brian and Cynthia Whiting. Joella will attend Colorado Christian University to study medical sciences with an emphasis in cellular and molecular biology. Joella Aliza Whiting. Claudette Wired, The child of Todd Wired and Sarah Gregg. Claudette will attend Arizona State University to study business. Claudette Wired. Alexander Yamamoto. The child of Michael and Yolanda Yamamoto. Alex has planned a post-high school cross-country trip before transitioning to university in 2023. Alexander Yamamoto. Benjamin Young. The child of Jeremy and Sarah Young. Ben will attend Arizona State University to study mechanical engineering. Benjamin Young. Sophie Young. The child of Jeremy and Sarah Young. Sophie will attend Arizona State University to study business. Sophie Young. All right, we have one more thing before it's official. I need to have our salutatorian, Jacob Taylor, President and Vice President of Student Council, Riley Keller, and Jordan Blair to make it official.
As is academic tradition, a student who has not yet earned a diploma wears the tassel of his or her cap on the right side. However, once the diploma is conferred, the scholar moves the tassel to the left side, joining a select company of educated men and women. In recognition of your new status, we invite all NPA graduates to move your tassels to the left side as we applaud your outstanding efforts.
Now presenting our class of 2022.
That worked actually really well. I was gonna say.
There will be a cake and refreshments in the lobby, so thank you for being here. And once again, the class of 2022. Thank you all.